When you're in the early stages of animation, at some point, someone is going to ask to see your work. That might be a client, or a friend, or a teacher. Just saying. The easiest way to export your animation so that somebody else can see it is in the Windows menu with the playblast command. The playblast command you want to run through its option box, and there are a few options that might interest you. One is that it defaults to the time slider, but you can set a specific start and end point, so if you only wanted me to see the first 10 frames, this would be perfect. Or if you had a 1,000 frame long animation, but your time slider was set to show you only frames 1 through 48, you could use start and end to export the entire sequence. Under Format, mine is set to QT. I've got options for AVI and image. You may have different options. You may only have AVI. I have QuickTime because I know I have QuickTime Player installed on this computer. But depending on the codecs you've got, you may have some different options here. My encoding is set to ping, which is fine. With the options, it doesn't really matter what you use. I would recommend an AVI or a QuickTime if you have them available. But if there's something else that you want to try, go ahead and try it. You'll get different results, but maybe not dramatically different. My quality is set to 70%, which is a preview size. And my display size is set to From Window. The other option is From Render Settings. If I use From Render Settings, I will get an HD aspect movie. But in this case, I haven't really set my screen up for an HD aspect movie, so From Window is going to work fine. My scale is set to 0.5, which is going to give me a half-size render. If you're working on a very small screen, you may want to set your scale up all the way to 1. If you're working on a very large screen, 0.5 or even lower would be fine. The larger your movie, the larger the file is going to be, and the harder it's going to be to upload and share. So for me, 0.5 is going to work, but consider how big your screen is. The one thing that you absolutely have to do is here under Save to File, I need to check that. If I don't check Save to File, Maya will write a movie file, let me watch it, and then delete it the minute I close it, which means that I can't share it with anybody. Remember, playblasts are meant for previews, so if you just want to see your animation, you think something is playing a little bit funny in Maya, you might want to really quickly check out what it looks like as a playblast and not save it to file. But since you do want to share this, you have to check Save to File. My movie file is going to be called Playblast, which is a stupid name. So I'm going to hit this Browse button, and that is going to let me reposition the location where the file is going to go. I'll put mine right on my desktop, my messy, messy desktop. And I will call this one Bouncing Ball 01 Preview. You might want to put your name in the file name. You might want to put animation 1 in the file name, just something to help you remember what this file is. And then say Save. And now under Movie File, it tells me it's going to my desktop, and that's what it's going to look like. You can hit either Playblast or Apply. Both of them will start the Playblast running. I will hit Apply, which will keep the window open. What Maya does at this point is it just goes through whatever it saw here in the perspective view, it takes that data, and it writes out a movie file, and look, here's my movie file. You'll note that it goes exactly by what it sees in the perspective view. It has not changed a thing. It takes my exact camera angle, it takes the camera name, the universal coordinate system icon, the grid, everything that it saw. But now, I have a movie. You may want to take a moment at this point before you make the playblast to set up your camera so you know you've got a really cool looking angle. In my case, I have my sphere selected. You may want to deselect your spheres. That's up to you. You may want to try making this playblast more than one time to be sure that you've got the best playblast you can get. And whenever you're done, you have a movie file that you can take and upload to Canvas for critique.